Hey guys, Drifter here. Welcome to Modern Warfare 3 In-Depth. In today's episode, we're going over the spastic, quirky, awesome, love it, hate it FAD assault rifle. I used to hate it. I'm almost getting to love it. It's a very, very unusual weapon, and it's got some pretty weird statistics going on with it too. So let's start out with the damage. I know we haven't gotten too far into the assault rifle reviews yet, so you're just going to have to trust me on this one. The FAD does the least amount of damage of any assault rifle in Modern Warfare 3. Its maximum damage is 30 and its minimum damage is 24. That is extremely low. That is lower than most of the submachine guns and lower than many of the machine pistols. What this is going to mean for you guys is that the shots to kill on the FAD is going to be more similar to a submachine gun than it will to an assault rifle, taking between 4 and 5 shots to kill depending on your range. One good thing about that is that your time to kill is pretty consistent. Interestingly enough, it has a 1.7x headshot multiplier instead of the very common 1.4 or 1.5. This was added in there because at its current damage it could take up to like 3 or 4 headshots to kill, which is kind of ridiculous. That brings it back up to 2 to 3 headshots to kill. While the FAD may have the lowest damage of any assault rifle, it does boast the highest rate of fire with 1000 RPM. I know you're going to tell me that the Type 95 also shoots at 1000 RPM, but what the Type 95 does is it bursts at 1000 RPM. When you factor in the time between shots, it jumps back down to about 700, whereas the FAD constantly pumps out damage at 1000 rounds per minute. What this is going to mean for your time to kill is coupled with that low damage, your time to kill is going to be somewhere between medium and slow. The minimum time to kill, the fastest time that you're going to be able to kill is pretty slow compared to a lot of the other assault rifles. That's just because you're going to have to shoot 4 times to kill the target. However, because your damage can only drop so much, over range the time to kill drops up to be more medium compared to most of the other assault rifles, though unfortunately you really wouldn't want to use the FAD at anything greater than medium range. Normally I would present a numeric range, but because the damage drop is incredibly low at a total of 6 points of damage, and it happens over an incredibly narrow range for this assault rifle, I'm going to say that your range is pretty much irrelevant because the amount of shots that it takes to kill and the time to kill is pretty constant over range, so you don't have to worry about that. The recoil is pretty medium amongst assault rifles. It kind of has this stigma of having really high recoil just because it shoots fast, but compared to a lot of the other assault rifles, it's pretty manageable. The FAD also has one of the slowest reload times for assault rifles. Your reload animation is going to be about 3.3 seconds depending on if you had bullets in the magazine or not, and the absolute reload time, the point at which the bullets are recognized as being part of your gun and you can double tap your reload button on whatever system for a fast reload cancel, is less than half the time of the reload animation, so it is always worth your effort to double tap that reload button as soon as those bullets are recognized. Like all of the other assault rifles, the FAD's run speed is 95% and its aim down sight zoom is 1.35x. One thing it does have that's better than all of the other assault rifles is that its ADS time is 0.25 seconds, whereas most of the other assault rifles have a slightly, and I mean just very slightly faster reload ADS time of 0.3 seconds. So you can aim down your sights just a smidgen faster with the FAD. Today's recommended setup I'm going to call the Booman class because it was Booman61 over at Method Gaming that recommended this to me. He recommends a red dot sight because the iron sights are set a bit high and a bit wonky. While the red dot sight doesn't inherently make the gun more accurate, it tends to make the average player's handling of the weapon more accurate. So red dot sight is very nice on this weapon, along with extended mags. Because the FAD has a larger magazine than most assault rifles at 40, when you put extended mags on it, the FAD's magazine goes up to 60, which is colossal. That is a really huge magazine, double the size of your normal magazine, which means half the reloading, and because you're going to have to use a lot of shots to kill, that's going to be very important to you. Because you can aim down sights faster, you're going to want to use Quick Draw Pro here to really play to that advantage, and because you're going to want to stay highly mobile while aiming down sights, Stalker is always good to have on this class. You could exchange it with Steady Aim, but I found Stalker to generally be more helpful here. Well guys, that's all for this episode. I hope that you enjoyed it and that you learned something useful. On the next Modern Warfare 3 In-Depth, we're going to be covering the AK-47 assault rifle. Drifter out.